So good evening. Tonight I'm going to talk about the ABS hydraulic unit from Bosch. This is the most common used one across Mercedes, Benz, Audi, BMW, all the German car makers, and probably other European car makers as well. And what you're looking at here is just the internal wiring diagram. And as you can see to the right down here, we have a pump, we have 3 valves, and this is what Bosch refers to as the 3-channel version. They have a 4-channel version and a 3-channel version. The front left, front right, and the 2 brakes together in the back. The 4-channel one would have then the rear brake separated between left and right as well. A main relay for the valves and a relay for the motor. And then we have 3 control outputs basically, where the status, the ABS master controller basically is monitoring this. The master controller turns both relays on individually. And usually what happens is the first one which comes on when you start the car is the valves. That applies 12 volts from the distribution system to all 3 valves. And they have then a sinking input, power input on the ABS unit, where they're gonna be sunk to ground with a means of a transistor or FET or bipolar or something like that transistor. And we have a control feedback that the 12 volts actually were applied, and the control light from your instrument cluster goes through this diode to this here as well. So when this is grounded, this whole system here is going to be 12 volts, and the lights, your ABS light, is going to go off. And what this looks like it here on the unit itself is on the front side, which faces towards the steering column basically, is down here. We have the brake input for V is front, vorne, and that comes from your master cylinder. Front part of the master cylinder, brake reservoir on top of it, compressed. I think it is 8 to 10 bars or something like this. And then you have the 2 outputs for right brake and left front brake. These are the 2 front brakes, and the same for the rear. The small letter is H is hinten, means rear, and the H, capital H here, comes from your master cylinder, the rear reservoir part of it. And then you can see here on the lower part we have the pump motor. This is actually the pump motor. And then you have 3 valves. One here for the rear, one here on the side, and one here. This is the 2 ones for the front. So you have 3. And what this thing does is really simple. I have applied my 12 volts here to these 3. This here is this, and this connection here, what you're seeing. The middle one is the supply for the valves, the big one for the pump, and the smaller white one, this is the white and no, that's the red and yellow one for the relay control to begin with. And now it tells me here in the wiring diagram that if we go yellow black, we will turn on the solenoid valve. And yellow black is this wire here, and I'm just gonna attach this, and this is the black relay is coming on. And if I turn on the yellow white, you can see this, no sorry, yellow red, that will be the one for the pump motor, and I have the pump motor grounded, so we should hear the pump motor running. So that's all working as intended. And the way the system basically works, you start the car, the controller turns the relay on for the, the relay is on now, for the valves. And now if we say we want a valve, So this was green red I turned on, and green red is the right front wheel. So we relieved the pressure on the calipers and it returned this, and then normally the pump comes in like this. It pulses it in. And the fluid is basically returned back. And when you have air in the system, you will feel this on your foot pedal. And that will then give you that bounce in the foot where it feels like this. Otherwise, these valves are basically open. And that means if you apply pressure through here, it will come straight out here. So whatever you put in here comes out here. And there's no obstruction in this. These valves all three valves are open in normal condition. The only time when we close the valve, which would be this here, that's when the pressure is reverted and the pump recirculates this back into the master cylinder. For that unit, it will pump this back into the brake. And that's how when it is locked up, and that is sensed by the three sensors. You got the ABS sensors. Each front wheel has an ABS sensor, and then the rear sensor is on the differential. That is mounted on there. So when one side locks up, they release both rear brakes, because you got only like 20% of the rear, or of the total braking is done by the rear. 20% is done by the rear tires, basically. 80% is the front, and that's why they decided to go with the 3-channel version, because that's where the steering has to be maintained. Now the ASR unit is a little bit different in that sense that it has the ASR pump, which also has a pump on the right side. That has to be bled, and they have a SP port on their service port, and the service port has to be opened up when you drain the fluids out or you do some work to it. And you have to start the car because the ASR pump runs all the time, versus this one here comes on only when the tires or the wheels are starting to lock up. And that is a Hall effect sensor they have, and the Hall effect sensor produces a voltage as long as it rotates. Once the rotation stops, there's no more voltage coming out of the Hall effect sensor. And that will then tell the ABS master controller that this wheel has locked up, and that sets everything in motion. The first thing is it's going to open up the valve, and then it's going to turn on the pump to put the pressure back into the system, relieving that brake pressure momentarily out of the caliper on the locked up wheel, and then it goes. Once that wheel releases and the Hall effect sensor senses rotation again, it will start allowing pressure it opens up the valve, it closes, and then the pressure goes back into the caliper until that wheel starts to lock up. So you get this constantly going forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards. So the brakes go in and out, and you can regulate this so fast that the brakes theoretically never fully lock up, because they close the valve to the brake caliper on that wheel before it ever gets to being fully locked up. So they always want to see motion on that Hall effect sensor. This is about the simplest way I can probably put this. Now we have 3 extra wire here: the yellow brown one, the yellow white one, and the yellow, I think this is yellow green. Yeah, these 3 are the three control lines, basically, where the yellow green is the one which tells the ABS unit that relay actually has closed and there's power available from the battery for the valves. The brown yellow one is the one which goes to your dashboard, to your instrument cluster, and the yellow white one tells the ABS unit that the relay has been closed after it has been activated, and that the pump is running at this point. So if something goes bad, if the relays don't work, this is these 2: pump relay, valve relay, pump relay. No, I'm sorry. This is the valve relay. This is the pump relay, the big one with the 50 amps. Sorry, my bad. Pump relay, valve relay, pump relay, valve relay. And that is something you can hear it here click. That's the front one, and that's the black one. with the motor running. So that comes on, that is always on when you drive, and then the ABS unit will disengage and engage the individual valves via a grounded FET transistor, which is a low side switch, which we call that. So that's about it. That sums it up in a nutshell. How do you test it? Well, electrically you can test it just the way I did this with the 12-volt supply. Go through, everything makes a noise, they're basically working. I contacted Bosch and I asked him if they can be rebuilt or overhauled. They said no, this is a high security device. And I pointed out this Mercedes-Benz no longer sells them or has them discontinued. And they said, yeah, the problem is Mercedes-Benz. We can build them, that's no problem. But we don't want to store them as Bosch on the shelf because the demand is so low. These things, they're built like to last. And as long as you have .4 in there, you don't have to worry about gaskets. It is only if you use another brake fluid than the one from Mercedes-Benz, which can cause problems with the seals. But the only thing going to happen you're going to lose is your ABS. You will not lose the brakes. That's basically what that is. And they cannot leak in any other direction because the pump has to be running for this to backfeed. As long as they're in the off position, even if these valves leak, the leak doesn't go anywhere except into the reservoir for the pump, which is then filled up with brake fluid. But unless the pump is running, nothing can really happen. And the worst thing is you're going to have some lockup on it, on your brakes. It is more important that you get the air out of the system. And the procedure on this, on bleeding these brakes, is exactly the same as any other standard brake, because this unit is not active when the car is turned off. So when you bleed your brakes, you either pressurize the brake fluid reservoir, or you do the old-fashioned pumping and you have someone else on the bleeder valve, and then you do the pump, release, pump, release, until you got all the air or fluid moved through it. Again, this will move freely through it in this condition here, from here to these two, and depending on what bleed valve you have open, that will do it. There's nothing to it. There's no magic to it. It's a pump with 3 valves and 2 relays. That's the entire ABS system. And all the brain does, it does turn on these 3 valves and the motor, the pump, when it is needed. And they get the feedback from the 3 sensors up front. There's nothing to it. It's one of the simplest system in this car. I hope that clarifies it, okay? You have a great evening. Thank you.